I don't know why I copied you, but Ginger, go ahead, man. Tell us about the UFC. What's going on?
Yes, we could spend forever talking about this. We should start a separate UFC podcast. But real quick, we got some terrible news this week. The main event for UFC 249 is officially over. It's officially canceled. Well,
Again? Oh my gosh.
99.9% canceled. So, long story short, Khabib right now is stuck in Russia, and Russia's got a travel ban. Basically, I don't think anybody can leave the country, I think is what I read. Um,
Oh
but
gosh.
so that's the fifth time now that they've been unable to make this fight. And the big takeaway here is that people are going after Khabib right now and saying like he chickened out. Conor McGregor's saying he chickened out. All this stuff, but the fans are super upset, and I totally understand why they're upset. It's a big fight that we all wanted to see. But it really comes down to, what do you prioritize more? Do you prioritize a really good fight over the health of the fighters? And that's kind of the stance he's taking on it. So I have a quote here from him. I think he either said this on Twitter or said this in an interview. And he basically said, like, nobody knows the location, but everyone wants me to fly somewhere. I don't understand this. UFC tried to send me a location almost a month ago. They didn't find one. And then he's saying, what about me? This is my mistake. UFC doesn't send us a location. Where are we going to fight? I don't have a location, so I'm going back to Russia, essentially. He's basically saying, he actually said, my name is Khabib. I'm not coronavirus. He's basically saying, like, don't blame this on me. It's not my fault that this outbreak has happened and caused, us to cancel this event, essentially. So, yeah, I feel bad that they're taking the heat on that. I mean, what people don't understand is, like, these fighters want this fight to happen more than anybody, more than the biggest UFC super fan on the planet, right?
It's their livelihood.
Exactly. It's their livelihood. They don't get a paycheck if the fight doesn't happen. So what do you guys think do you think they're backing out because they think it's funny?
No, no
So
way.
this is
I mean,
of a bummer.
this is a serious thing. Like his father's a little bit older now. Like, I mean, I don't know like if any UFC fighters have gotten it yet, but I mean, this is serious. I mean, I know that Dana's doing everything in his power to try and keep things going, but I mean, at some point you just have to accept it, man. It's Dana White's got to just forfeit that paycheck, and they just got to accept that it's going to be bad for a while. I mean,
Right.
everybody else is being affected as well. I would love to see them fight, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
We all would. So in the midst of all this, though, like the UFC has been lighting up, man. Like the headlines come out every single day. It's something new, and a lot of fighters are trying to step up and take the place of what the main event would have been. For instance, you've got Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley who are stepping up and saying, like, "Hey, we'll be the main event," and they have a lot of beef.
Yep.
Henry Cejudo, I thought this one was hilarious. 'Cause I like Henry Cejudo is one of my favorite guys in the sport. But he called out Dominic Cruz and said, "Let's make this fight happen." Dustin Poirier has said, "Hey, I'll fight Tony Ferguson." And then lastly, there's some beef and back and forth on Twitter and stuff between Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal,
Oh, I
and
want to see that.
yeah, their teammates and stuff going back and forth, their management going back and forth, and essentially pointing fingers at each of them, saying that they've tried to make this fight happen so many times, and this party over here is saying this party didn't accept the fight, and on this side it's the complete opposite. So it's kind of hilarious to watch that. But there's talk about Dana White potentially taking like a lot of the fights that weren't able to happen leading up to April 18th's event and like putting some of those fights on the card, like the Francis Ngannou. I can't think of the other guy's name, but Francis Ngannou fight, and putting that on the
Rosenstruck.
card. Yeah, Rosenstruck. So that would be interesting if that happened, but it's literally day by day at this point. Something new changes every single day.
Yeah, I got fooled by the April 1st April Fool's joke that Connor was going to be fighting Khabib. Sad day. I thought it was going to happen, and it's not. I saw the headline. I jumped to conclusions. I didn't read the full article. I sent it over to the Ginger, and he was like, "Hey, did you read the full article?" And I was like, "No. What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, you should go back and read the full article." And
Yeah,
well, yeah, come to find out, it was an April Fool's joke.
that's
Shame on me.
ridiculous.
I was just so excited. I'm so excited.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Oh well.